Hey guys, I got a request from a subscriber to look at a 16 by 8 tiny, and since I took a break away from work for a minute, I'm going to jump into that and actually see what I can figure out. So let's check it out. Now this is my sister's property in White Hills, Arizona. This is what I'm going to base my designs off of. Now this little ditty here is my 16 by 8 tiny home that I'm going to start on. This is everything I'm going to do at this point is going to be based upon this layout. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Now this is the floor plan of the 16 by 8 that I'm going to use. I'm also going to include some of the items that I own and some of the items that I wish to own to show what I want to do with this space. Now this is a typical hanging wall screen that you can purchase from like Etsy. And this is a typical vertical Murphy bed that you can get pretty much anywhere. I checked the dimensions on this, but what I really want to do is make it a little deeper so I can probably throw a cabinet inside. Now this is a table that I created from a desktop from IKEA and some 42-inch high legs from Amazon, and I use this as a corner space in my place. Now this is a Cuisinart toaster oven that I have in my house, and you can find this on Amazon, and it's very effective and useful. And this item is called the Geyser Eco Shower. It's similar to the Geyser system for camping, and I'm going to talk a little more in depth about this one because it's important in a future video on this series. Now I have something similar to this in my possession, and I've used it a few times and I'm very impressed with it. I think it would be useful in this tiny home, so I'm going to talk about it in a future episode. Okay, let's get started. This is the floor plan, and then this is the space. I'm going to go in and do a tour like I did on the 60-second video real quick, and you can see the shower. We'll go in there a little more in depth. Induction oven on the top, induction stove top, Murphy bed, table, you know, the basic stuff. I want to do a cabinet specifically for the refrigerator and the oven. You can see the screen. Windows basically in the same place. I'm looking for kind of a tall window in this location because it's a tall area, and so this gives you kind of a feel for this would be the bedroom space where the Murphy bed folds down. You could probably put a desk or something over there like one of the subscribers told me, but that's a good idea. I could actually take the induction oven and put it inside the drawer and then give myself more countertop space. I have countertop space on the right, and then going into the bathroom, this is without anything in it right now, but if I use the shower product that I have, then I can actually put a fold down seat. And I don't like the idea of having a curtain or something like that. I like my ideas open, but you can't do that with a shower head, so that's the reason why I want to talk about the shower a little more in depth. You can actually, this could be a walk-in if you don't have water spraying all over the place. And so that's why I'm looking at that idea. You know, there's a cabinet over the tub, and then in there would be the tankless water heater, of course. And then I could either use a composting toilet if I wish. Now in this case too, let me slow down a little bit and let's talk a little closer about this stuff. You can see the Murphy as is. Now when I flip it down, it's going to look like this. So now that it's down, you can kind of see the idea that I'm looking at, where I do not like to show Murphy beds or any kind of bed when I walk into my house. I don't want anyone to see it because my bed is usually not made. This is an idea that I'm looking at in terms of trying to see if I could store under the cabinet maybe a small washer. So that was one idea that I was kind of experimenting with. Also, let me see, what else am I looking at here? Okay, shifting back to the outside. I'm doing a typical shed porch, like about 6 foot deep, and just attach it directly to the face. which gives me a little bit of that little postmodern feel to it. You know, we could use whatever material we want, but I figure a lean-to porch is kind of simple here. I didn't go over the tall window because I wanted to give it kind of a different feel. And then if we switch over to another idea, this is the same thing with what you would call the Incredibox. Now, the Incredibox roof is different than what I have here, but you could put a lean-to porch on it. It would have to be a little shorter, but it basically accomplishes the same thing. Too many ways we could do this. I'll get into that in another episode also. Now I want to get back to this laundry, and I looked at this and I decided to see what it would look like inside the shower. It will be something that you can pull out. I pretty much did the same thing at my place, and to me that looks a little classier. It's a little bit of storage. You don't have to go and put it and worry about it falling on the floor. You're already in the shower area for drainage. You can attach the shower to the washer, and then you can use the shower as a hanging space for clothing. I figure if you're a single person, you're not washing weeks and weeks and weeks of clothing. If you are, then this is not going to work for you, of course. But still, I think that works, and it makes everything work with dual use in one space. So that I'm going to go a little deeper in on another episode too, with a demonstration of mine. So this pretty much wraps up what I'm looking at. So this pretty much wraps up what I want to talk about in this quick episode. A 16 by 8 is a very small unit, but I think with proper design and attention to what you put in there, as I've seen too many people do, you can come up with some pretty good ideas. I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in there and kind of jump a little deeper into it with products that I already own and see how they can be applied in tiny, and also try to maintain some sense of Matoga. So this is Ace, Doggy Ann, and we're out.